we had talked to one of our palliative care doctors months before, and I was having a really hard time with the idea of, with the disease that she had with type 2 Gaucher's, because there's nothing you can do to try to cure it. It felt like this feeling of, we talked, we want to give quality of life, but it felt like this feeling of doing nothing. And it went against like every instinct as a parent to have a sick child and just not do anything. And then, so then when you think about interventions, to think, well, here's an intervention. What is that? Even though we had talked about it, there was this like instinctual part of me that felt like, well, if I say no to doing something, that just feels so, it goes against my almost instinct on a primal level, not on a, well thought out, what does this really mean level. And so I think one of the things that I think was one of the most impactful things that our palliative care doctor said to us, because we had talked at this point for months with them, and they kind of knew what our thoughts were and kind of what we wanted. And so at one point I talked to him about, feeling like I'm not doing anything. And he had said in a really eloquent way that I'm not going to quite get, how in the medical field, there's lots of things that they can do to keep a body alive, and that they can keep doing and doing and doing all kinds of things to keep, and some of them painful and some of them life-changing and whatever, but they can do a lot to keep a physical body going long beyond when it otherwise would. And so he had said, maybe you could think of it as what you're doing is you're actively protecting her from some of the things that could be done that wouldn't be the right things for her. And so I think for me that shifted my thinking a little bit, that instead of saying that sounds like a painful or whatever, it's not right for her where she's at right now, kind of the idea of actively protecting her from that was helpful for me to think of it that way.